Look, it's because Canelo doesn't go out for the knockout anymore. Canelo's just now. We've seen in the last few fights, he just does enough to win.
Canelo has such unique skills, and one of the weird things that he does that very few people since Rocky Marciano does is he punches your arm.
Renowned trainer Robert Garcia stirred controversy in boxing by questioning Canelo Alvarez's ability to challenge Terence Crawford in a potential blockbuster showdown, igniting heated debate among fans and analysts about the matchup's true possibilities.
He's up there, and not in age because he's only like 33 or 34, but he's
fighting since 15.
He was 15. A lot of training camps, a lot of sparring matches. So all that takes a lot out of your body. So he takes care of his body too. So he doesn't go all out because he doesn't want to just finish his body. He knows he still has a few more years and a few big fights where he wants to take care of himself.
Stephen A. Smith ignited a storm in the boxing world with his bold claim that Terence Crawford could outperform Canelo Alvarez. His statement fueled endless debates among fans and experts, intensifying an already heated rivalry and raising the stakes for a potential super fight that now carries even greater anticipation and tension.
And on that, all the way to September 13th.
I love Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo.
The real question is, why isn't Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed super middleweight champion with unmatched fame and legacy, favored over Terence Crawford? Crawford, a three-division world champion, made history as the first male boxer to unify all four welterweight belts last year. Even the proposed catchweight of 158 to 160 pounds sparks debate, with critics questioning fairness. Despite doubts, both fighters seem eager to push boundaries, chase greatness, and deliver a showdown that could etch their names forever in boxing history.
Different,
Great fight.
You see what happens when a good fighter jump up and his opponent is great fighter. So you're gonna find out.
So that means you're a good fighter and Bivol is a great fighter, right? Right? Is you a good fighter or a great fighter? Let me know.
I'm a great fighter.
So you got your ass whooped
You're
by a good fighter, right?
You're a good fighter.
I'm saying.
But I'm great.
Okay. And well, every time you stepped up, you lost. Great fighter.
I'm not.
Question for Terence Crawford.
Fans and pundits agree this isn't just another fantasy fight. It's a collision of two generational titans. On one side stands Canelo Alvarez, the proud Mexican superstar who has carried boxing's weight for over a decade. On the other is Terence Crawford, a brilliant, tactical switch hitter who has dismantled every opponent with precision. Even Joe Rogan couldn't contain his excitement, raving about the magnitude of this potential clash. He hailed both fighters as true legends of the sport, emphasizing Crawford's rare switch-hitting ability, drawing comparisons to the late, great Marvin Hagler, and framing this bout as something historically unforgettable.
Be great. It's going to be a great fight. You're dealing with two all-time greats. Crawford's one of the best switch hitters, I think, since Marvin Hagler, and one of the most skillful boxers alive. And then you have Canelo, who probably isn't the same guy as he was just like a few years ago.
Right.
But still, one of the greatest of all time, still has brutal knockout.
Joe Rogan then shifted focus to Canelo Alvarez, admitting that the Mexican superstar may no longer represent the absolute peak of his career, yet he remains one of the most skilled and dangerous fighters of his generation. Rogan highlighted Canelo's past brilliance, recalling highlight reel knockouts of Amir Khan and Billy Joe Saunders as proof of his unmatched abilities. While conceding that Canelo has perhaps lost a step, Rogan insisted the champion is still firmly in his prime, carrying both the talent and promise to continue dominating and thrilling boxing fans around the world.
If you go back to like some of his, like more impressive fights from a few years ago, like the Amir Khan KO, like the Billy Joe Saunders KO, those KO, he's probably not that guy anymore.
Yeah.
But he's still young enough that he's still pretty close to his prime and one of the best of all time.
I'd like to see him fight David Bennett.
The build-up to this battle is far more than a clash of waistlines and records. It is about legacy, timing, and two contrasting philosophies of fighting styles. At a moment when boxing discussions were already heated, Robert Garcia entered the spotlight and dramatically shifted the narrative. Known for molding elite fighters and guiding champions to greatness, Garcia's words carried undeniable weight. In his interview, he offered a calm yet pointed critique of the proposed showdown between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, suggesting the fight may not be as perfect as fans hope. His remarks fueled skepticism while also lending momentum to the bold idea that Crawford could achieve the seemingly impossible. With Garcia's perspective, anticipation deepened as the boxing world reconsidered what might unfold when these two titans collide.
It's a fight that most of the people don't give Crawford a chance because of the size, but he's got skills, man. He's got skills. He's got good speed, good footwork. That's why I do give him a chance.
Garcia didn't stop there. Closing his interview, he hinted at a deeper concern surrounding Canelo Alvarez. In recent high-profile bouts, it wasn't merely about skill or strength anymore. Questions arose about mindset, urgency, and handling pressure in critical moments. Was Canelo showing signs of complacency? Could his hunger be fading? Garcia's remarks left fans wondering if Terence Crawford, known for exploiting weaknesses, might be the one to expose these flaws and rewrite the narrative in a dramatic showdown.
Him again, Munguia. He dropped Munguia, but then they didn't want to finish him. Charlo, Berlanga. He wants to cruise through the fight. He's up there. In not in age because he's only like 33 or 34, but he's
fighting since 15.
He was 15. A lot of training camps, a lot of sparring matches. So all that takes a lot out of your body. So he takes care of his body too. So he doesn't go all out because he doesn't want to just finish his body. He knows he still has a few more years and a few big fights where he wants to take care of himself and not punish himself too much. That's why he hasn't been able to knock those guys out. Not because he can't. I think he just does enough to win.
Amid the growing excitement over a potential clash between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, martial artist Michael J. White stepped in with his prediction. White made his stance clear, openly backing Crawford. While he acknowledged and respected Canelo's remarkable achievements and legacy, he insisted that Crawford's skill set, versatility, and dominance make him the superior fighter, sparking further debate in the boxing community.
Crawford could find people to fight like Canelo, who is amazing. Canelo he evolved. I saw how he evolved defensively and everything. I just don't think he's as fast as Crawford. And I think Crawford is just a little step ahead as far as movement is concerned. And so I think it's going to be Mayweather.
At 34, Canelo Alvarez remains synonymous with boxing, yet his shine has dimmed in recent years. Since unifying the super middleweight division by defeating Caleb Plant in 2021, the undisputed champion has faced mounting criticism. Signs of wear and tear are beginning to show as he now confronts fresher, safer challengers. His 2020 loss to Dimitri Bivol exposed vulnerabilities against opponents with superior movement, timing, and reach, sparking deeper doubts. In a conversation with Joe Rogan, legendary commentator Jim Lampley shared strong views on what makes Canelo such a complex fighter to manage inside the ring. Lampley highlighted Canelo's extraordinary resilience, pointing out his almost unmatched ability to absorb punches without faltering. Most strikingly, he emphasized that despite Canelo's long and punishing career, he has never once been dropped, even when caught flush, an attribute that continues to keep him dangerous.
Yes.
He brutalizes your arms.
He's another brilliant guy. He has the greatest punch resistance in the sport. We talked about it earlier. One knockout in the whole career.
Knockdown.
And it wasn't a knockdown. And it wasn't really a knockdown in my personal view. So, because he didn't touch the canvas. He's never been on the canvas. And we call it chin.
Jim Lampley highlighted Canelo Alvarez's extraordinary balance, attributing his ring stability not to a strong chin but to exceptional lower body strength. He drew a fascinating connection, suggesting that Canelo's ability to ride a horse may contribute to his uncanny equilibrium, explaining why he remains unshakable and nearly impossible to knock down in the ring.
reason you can't knock him down is not because of his chin, it's because of his legs.
His base.
You can't get him off balance. He's too strong from the waist down. And if other fighters would pay attention to what Canelo does, they might go do a little horseback riding.
Completely makes sense if you think about it. Squeezing with the lower legs, the core strength that you have to have.
100% correct.
The balance.
The balance.
Yes.
Exactly. The timing. All of it. Yeah, there he is. Look at Canelo.
Wow.
Now that's a skill he has carried since his early childhood.
That's crazy.
Terence Crawford continues to rise, having defeated the previously undefeated Errol Spence Jr. in July 2023 to cement his status as the division's undisputed champion. Despite moving up multiple weight classes, Crawford's timing, ring IQ, and adaptability make him a formidable threat against the battle-tested Canelo Alvarez, who remains durable, skilled, and strategically brilliant. Experts highlight the contrast: Canelo's power and experience versus Crawford's precision, versatility, and mental sharpness. Both fighters bring legacy, risk, and heart into the ring, promising a historic clash. This isn't just a fight, it's a defining moment in boxing history. Who will leave the ring stronger? The seasoned powerhouse or the rising technical genius? Comment your pick, smash that like button, and subscribe for all updates on this epic showdown.